What is going on? We are back on Twitch here for some United Sim Football Association action. Welcome back to the channel. This will be the last game of week number 9 between two Western Conference teams trying to find their way into the playoffs. It's going to start here between these two. Tacoma and Anchorage will be the two teams that will be taking off tonight. We got expansion team in Anchorage. This will be probably their biggest game of the season, while Tacoma, they've been in this spot before trying to fight their way to the playoffs, one of our OG teams. But I didn't come alone today. I got the homie JoJo here for the first time. Make sure you show some love to your people. How you doing, Joe?
I'm doing great today, buddy. I'm excited to see my first pro game.
Sorry about that. I got a little tied up there, but yes, can't wait to see these two teams play. I got everything set up on my side, and I'll go ahead and hit this play game button. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got a lot of people up in here. I'm not going to waste your time. We've been up in here already. And now shout out to everybody in the chat. I love to see a lot of people. You know how we do. Make sure you like and subscribe. Do what you need to do to get on the field. Show some love to all of our various affiliates. You know how we do. We got the ECFL, our collegiate affiliate. We got the GSB, our professional basketball affiliate. We got the CSFA, our collegiate basketball affiliate. And then we got goals. We got them rolling in hockey as well. It's only going to get better from here. Let's go ahead and flip over so you can see what's happening. We are underway here in Anchorage, Alaska. Going to see what these boys could do. Let's go ahead and get into it. Return this one past the 25 to the 29.
Here we go.
It's going to be 1st and 10 here for Tacoma. They're going to start this one off.
43 is the mic.
Handoff here. Looking for a lane is the homie Storm Nix at 3rd for a gain of 5.
Yeah, there we go, baby. Run harder as the game gets longer, baby. That's it.
Hey, let's feed him. Let's feed him. Let's go.
Mikey Jackson in the building. I see you. What's going on with your homie? Spider Web here too. What's going on, my man? Passing this one quick and caught. Turn it up and trying to get past midfield. He's going to do close to it. Nice pass for 16 to Zane Henderson. JoJo, you still with me? I haven't heard from you in a bit. I don't know where he at, but I'm still here. Going to toss this one to the left side for Nix. He's going to get a decent gain of around 5. 2nd and medium coming.
I'm too strong out here. Too big for you. Okay, break. Boys, 56. Check 56.
Hey, here I come.
Ready.
Here I come.
Going to pass it here. Millfield and caught. Going to turn this one up past the 35. It looks good to me. On my side, Beard on Blast. Make sure you follow. Thanks again for stopping by. I haven't seen anything too crazy on my side quite yet. Yeah, the NPCs be crazy with that. You're going to hear one of my favorite sound bites pretty soon.
Hawk 70. It's our time.
Going to pass it again as Bridges right side and caught. Taking that pass of 30. Bridges perfect on the evening so far. 2nd and 4.
Well, here we go. I had some technical difficulties. Glad to be back.
There you go. There's the boy JoJo. He trying to get into the mix. He trying to do commentary for you, boy. You love to see it.
Here we go. This is the I formation. We're going to see a lot of pro, it seems like, obviously, because we're in the pros here. This running back, when I was looking at his stats prior to the game, the last time these two played each other, correct me if I'm wrong, Anchorage won the game. And this is pretty much a playoff spot in the last seed. Am I wrong or am I right?
You're right on point there, big homie. Like I said earlier, Tacoma's 4-4. That they're sitting in the 3rd seed, and Anchorage is right behind them. They're going to pass to the left side for Frederick Kaiser for the first down. But just like I said before, Anchorage, if they win today, they'll have the 2-win advantage over Tacoma, and I'll essentially have them above them if they tie records at the end. But
now in the how many of these players here on Eruption tonight have come from the ECFL?
There's a few. I could go over the rosters in a little bit, as looks like Sean Bridges will throw that one away. Let me go ahead and bring the roster up real quick. I do have it on my tabs.
Yeah, I see a few here that I recognize, some that play at my fellow alumni ECU. But overall, it seems like it's about 50% as we see them in the single formation, twin tight end up the middle there. Now, you know, looking at this pro league, is it going to be the same as is there going to be rotational players? Is there going to be injuries? I guess there's a lot of questions I have, and probably many people do.
Most definitely. So just to answer your first question, Tacoma has 6 players from the ECFL. The rest of them came from our league. We had a collegiate league before this started, but there's a pass to Davis going to get knocked down, and looks like that's going to slow that drive to a halt. But yes, pretty much every user player is going to start in some way, shape, or form. It really just depends on where the team owners actually place them within their depth charts, how they use them in their playbooks, and it's all gonna come pretty sweet from there. That's kind of the basis there. No backups or anything like that, unless you have too many at a position that's like a star, like one of those special positions like wide receivers, cornerbacks. That's where you'll start getting a few that'll get less time, but for the most part, everyone gets pretty much even time all the way through.
You know, the reason I asked is because I didn't know if there are some teams that do running back by committee. As we see the first 3 points for Eruption, who takes the lead here early in the game. My question to you is, I guess, can you come to the pros, and can you allow a running back committee? Can you switch? These are the questions I'm sure I have, and many people would like to know.
Most definitely. As far as running back by committee, the depth chart, it has specific spots where you can place your halfbacks. You can put them as your main back, and then there's also, of course, the power back and your 3rd down running back. And if you have multiple backs, that's what I recommend. I'll have one in each spot, and it will have one running back probably get around like 2 to 4 carries. Another running back will be around like 6 to 9, and then you'll have your main back will probably have like 9 to 12, and it kind of based on that. But it also depends on the playbook that you use as well.
Of course. Yeah, because I'm looking at this, Anchorage team. They have dual running backs here, and 3 wide receivers, opposed to Tacoma having 5 wide receivers and 1 running back. So as a coach or a player, it goes to show you what kind of style they are, playing. One's going to be more passing, it seems like. One's going to be maybe more play action, as we see that run for that dual running back committee right up the middle there.
Most definitely. And the crazy thing is, with the heavy wide receiver set that Tacoma has, they do have one of the top halfbacks. And look at the drop there by Jacob Cool Beans, taking that one. Made that look easy. It's 3rd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting, these people don't get to see this because obviously you guys are actively building the website. They don't get to see that there's 2 running backs on one team and 5 wide receivers on another, which is, it's actually fun to see because it goes to show you what kind of style offenses they run. And, we haven't gotten into the defenses yet, as
almost over.
That could have been horribly bad. The other thing that's kind of cool is that there's kickers and punters in this, and I was talking to you today about possibly having somebody join as a kicker. So if somebody doesn't even want to bring their own player, they can be like, hey, I just want to be a kicker.
So we have a tie-in with the CFL. Like I said earlier, if you want to be a kicker, you can be a kicker here, and you don't have to go to college to do it. because there is a deficiency currently with users at that position. I believe there's only around like 2 or 3 that currently has an active kicker, or one of them is good and then another one's a filler, so they can't update each week. But if you make a defensive player or a kicker / punter, then you can come straight to the pros. But if you make anything in offense, quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, then you have to go to the ECFL and then play your 4 years and then come up.
Okay, well that makes sense. So you can either do early recruiting. I mean, you can leave as a junior or senior, or you can sign up on low roster positions to get the teams filled.
Because we have a little bit of a deficiency in defense as well. That's going to turn up, but that's a drop there by Kaiser.
Oof.
But speaking of which, we could talk a little bit about the rosters, get the names out. I always do it each game. So quarterback for actually I'm gonna do, is it, oh yeah, Tacoma's on. So yeah, quarterback is Sean Bridges, number 9. He's a 3-year quarterback. He's doing his thing. Halfback Levante Lewis, he was from the CFL. Lamar Davis is a newly made player right before the season got to the midway point, and he's doing real well in his start in the USFA. Storm Nix III, he is a veteran. He's been here pretty much since the beginning, I believe, like around season 3. So he's been in the league for a while. Bubba Hill's been here since the beginning. So the first season in the USFA back in Axis days, he was here along with Zane Henderson and Tom Krieg. They're both veterans as well. Let's see, Jaquay Walls and Zora Lunar, they're both rookies. They came right after the draft, so shout out to them. And Frederick Kaiser also is one of those players that's been there for a while. He's going to be regressing soon, so he's trying to get his licks on Madden, as you already know. Well, we're going to set up the shotgun here, see what Bobby Markham could do. Looks like he's going to shed off one man and another man and trying to fall forward, not trying to get those loss of yards. He's going to pick up 3.
I really like the engine that Madden uses. Nothing against NCAA at all. Obviously, we all love that engine with the revamp and such. But this is clean. You get to see a lot more detail. The whole experience of going from college to pro, as we see a nice completion to the left side to 81 there. I believe that was Markham. That's his first completion tonight, but this is again one of those heavy run teams, as I suspect by looking at their roster. Seeing the difference is actually fun. So even if you have an all-star in the college, it may not differentiate into the pros. So I guess my question to you is, let's say I'm a 99 overall, I'm coming into your league, you guys need running backs. What's the regression on that? Because I'm sure a lot of people have questions about that.
Yeah, so as of right now, we have a system with the ECFL where it really depends on your career coins that you got, right? If you got to a certain amount, I don't have the total amount, but once you pass a certain amount of career coin, you'll get a certain amount of TPE, and the max is going to be 750, where you can place on your build.
TPE similar to coin in your league, in this pro league.
I believe it's 5,000 coins equals 1 TPE in our league, so it's kind of like that. And that's pretty much how the draft board was made from the last draft. Once they get that all ready to go, we made the draft and we see who comes out where. And actually, I want to answer a question in there. This is Madden 22. GSP want to be 17. This it's on the modded version on PC. That's how you got all the logos there and everything. Thank you.
And these are all made up, rebranded teams that you and Caboose pretty much made and conjoined with Kickler and Black Paul over in ECFL. As we see the first, the quarter end going into the second, you know, it's like ECFL, high scoring, go, go, go. This is a little bit slower, which is good for some people. You know, I'm not saying you don't have high scoring games. I know these are both 500 teams, but it is more defensive to me watching this game. I've watched a few others. I really enjoy the pro style, as it is realistic. You know, sometimes you'll get those 40-point games. In college, you're going to get a lot of those 50-point games.
Like our game with Arizona and Huntington Beach, both of them put up 30 points.
I saw that.
So we can get those points just like you said.
Good blocking there.
Couldn't follow the cut like he was supposed to, but that's a little bit of the agility deficiency there. But that's going to change next season too, because we're going to bump up a couple of these attributes up. Instead of 50 as the baseline, we're bumping it up to 65. So that will definitely make some of those cuts a lot easier to manage in the game, make it a lot better for you guys. So just stay tuned with us. We got a lot of things rolling, and it looks like it's going to be a sack, but Markham breaks free. Going to try to take off for the first and fumbles it, and it's going to get picked up by Tacoma. That's going to take that one for Tacoma's hand right there. A great drive shut down, and we got a little bit of a defensive battle here.
Oh, this is weird to see the passing team go straight in tight formation there. 3 rushes only in 2 quarters there by Davis. You know, if anybody in this channel has a question for my man Sticks, just throw it out there, because these questions I'm asking for myself, I'm asking for you, I'm asking really for everybody as we watch this game and the crispness of it.
Yeah, I appreciate you all standing by with us for sure, getting those viewers up, and make sure you follow too if you haven't already. Is Lamar Davis breaking free to the 40? He says he doesn't care. This is only his 3rd game in the league, and he's making big moves like that. So that's just a testament to how you update to start it out can actually make dividends. He's one of our favorite players.
You just stated this is this gentleman's 3rd game, Mr. Davis.
Yes.
How did he get acquired on this team mid-season? Was he injured? Like, how does this work?
So he essentially joined the league. He wasn't from the ECFL. And look at another big gainer by Davis, just doing it again. But essentially that's how we had it, like before we met the ECFL and got in touch with them. Essentially, if you made a player, you could join any team. You can get recruited anytime. There is no like wait times, but it's up to the team owner to watch out for the new players and sign them.
At the end of this season, there'll be because I did see there was a draft last season from ECFL, but is this going to be the first season that they're not, this upcoming season, that you guys are not going to allow mid-season, or are you guys still going to continue to try and I didn't know if you guys are going to try and keep it internal or go external.
Oh no, so we already have a system in place for people that aren't from the CFL, essentially the halfway mark of the season, which in our case will be week 7. That is going to be where nice hit. So right at that season, anybody made after week 7 is going to be going into the upcoming draft. Anytime before it, you can go to the league. And then you can just sign with any team. So it's pretty much a fresh team at that point anyway, before week 7. So, and that's also the trade deadline as well.
This red zone here, as we got 2 twin receiver set run up the middle of Davis, who's been tearing up this drive. Davis, now I don't believe he's from the ECFL, or is he a longtime guy? I know you talked about some of these guys, and I'm sorry.
No worries. Davis, he was the guy that got created 3 days ago.
Okay. Hey, GSB wannabe, just let you know, I don't know if you missed it, but he did say that this is Madden 22 modified. I'm sorry to see it.
No, all my Chris's right, it's checkers. They're going to be a handoff here to Davis, reaching out for the touchdown and gonna get it.
And that is the beautiful thing I love about Madden. There's a little bit more of the effort that shows. I mean, that's awareness right there. To know you're not going to get it, to just stretch out, maybe reviewed. Are reviews in this? And, that's a good question that I'm sure some people may ask.
Great drive overall. Kick is up. Trying to make this a 2-score game. They did it with that touchdown. Anchorage is going to be down 10.
I don't know if you heard what I was saying, but is there reviews in this game? Do they allow it?
Yeah, there are reviews.
Okay, I didn't know. I just asking simple questions, because you could take reviews out of the game in settings. And then how long are these quarters? Obviously I saw, but how long are these quarters?
Yeah, 12-minute quarters with the 10-second accelerated clock. So every play that the clock is running is going to be moving it down to 10 seconds.
Oh, wow. We got Mears from TTSN. I don't know if you know who he is. Great guy, smart. He's been in the leagues that since I've known. I appreciate you being here. Definitely GSB wannabe. Thank you, Steven, for making fun of me. Obviously, everybody in the channel now, thank you so much.
I'm happy to have you all here for sure. If you haven't got into the Discord, the links are in the description. So make sure that you head out and see us. And if not, I can actually post it in the chat for you guys as well. Got a lot of things rolling in here. We're going to make the game even better. If you think it looks good now, just wait till next year when we have another off season.
These uniforms are clean. There's penalties in this game, I see, so that's good. This to me was more of a questionnaire, and hopefully bringing some of these good guys in here to see what you guys have to offer. As we see a nice run up the middle.
Jacob Cool Beans.
Yeah, we've heard his name a lot tonight in this dual running back committee. The other question I have, and these are going to be very novice questions. Thanks, Canes, for saying I suck. I appreciate it, bro. You suck too, and I heard that you like Kickler more than anybody. But here we go with a run up the middle, and he hesitates there. That was a nice stutter step for the first down. As of now, there's 14 weeks playing. Is there any bye weeks, or is this a straight 14 weeks?
No bye weeks, straight 14.
Okay. And then playoffs, how many teams are there? 12? I don't recall. I was looking.
Same as the score that Tacoma has currently. Yeah, 10 teams here. 10. And 6 of those teams will make the playoffs. We'll have a wild card. The top team in the conference, they will obviously have the first round bye, and then they'll wait for the team that wins in the seeds 2 and 3 on both sides. They'll go up and play their team, and then at that point we'll have the United Bowl.
I love the ticker at the bottom. I really find it very helpful for people who enjoy statistics like I do. It's very informal. I really can't wait to see how you guys pretty much. Jerry Philbin, #1 pick. Yeah, no, you stink.
I have you on my board, but I don't think I can draft you. You're going to be picked pretty high, so it is what it is.
Look at like at RPO. I mean, I don't know who this running back is, but Markham should have not been running. He looked like Chris the Mats out there at ECU.
It gets worse. That's why we're moving some stuff up next season for sure. The pass to the right side for Wyatt Davis is going to be getting around, 2?
Yeah, I mean the quarterback's very accurate. He's just not throwing them deep. Now playoffs. Obviously, what do you guys call your championship game here?
The United Bowl.
The United Bowl, and
you'll see at the bottom red ticker, you'll see who won the last few seasons or so, as it got tipped at the line, and that's going to be another stop by the Tacoma defense. They're looking strong tonight.
I know that there's a few people here in this channel that are talking about basketball for whatever reason while we're over here. Now, are any? I was looking at the rosters. Are any of these active kickers or punters on this on these teams? I didn't see any.
For these 2 teams, no, there are 2 bot kickers / punters, but they do have. We have a set setting for them depending on how much they want to put on their cap. I believe they both have max
kickers. You're owning a team, or you're on a team, you have a fake or botted punter kicker. How does that work? Because in ECFL, if you like things, if you do XYZ, you see trips to the left here. I just want to see how this works out because they're playing really off run up the middle. Look at Davis stretches out for that one, but the kickers and punters, some people think it's not important. I believe special teams is just as important because of field position. How does that work as a player and / or owner?
Well, for the player, it's pretty simple. You'll have your update sheet just like any other player, any other position, and you can update them as you get your points each week. All the good stuff, passing and quad.
That was great blocking there.
Tom Krieg, the veteran, getting the catch. But essentially, if you don't have a user kicker, which me personally, I love user kicker / punters because they could get better each week, as opposed to a bot player. They're pretty much stuck at their rating
My man's got
all
7
season.
tackles already.
Straight
Sorry.
base. No, straight beast right there. Let me see what this play looks like. Got the tight ends to the left.
2-minute. They run it through the time 2-minute there. Up the middle. My question to you again is back to the kicker punter. So if it's a bot, hey, what's up, Weber? Long time no chat, boy. Backtracking here for you. Sorry. Kicker punter, spotted. You're an owner. Can you upgrade them? Can they do anything? How does that work?
Well, we essentially have 3 levels, and they both obviously get better and more expensive as you go up the levels. And you know, they choose it before the season starts. They can't change it mid-season.
There. That was the second sack of the game or first? I think that was the first, but great sack there by Anchorage. And I love that there's Tacoma, Anchorage. Obviously you're gonna have the New Yorks, you're gonna have, Charlotte is North Carolina, the Tampa Bays, the St. Louis's. But I like that you guys are exploiting out of that genre of
nice catch.
That was a great catch. But that's kind of cool. So I guess, outside of the kickers and punters, which we can get back to, are you guys expanding the league? Or are you guys going to try and keep it at 10?
Oh, the expansion's coming, bro. We have a couple of draft classes, this one coming up and the next one that should produce somewhere around like 125, 130 players. So we need players, so we need teams to hold them in. So, and especially as we get more people to join outside of the league as well, I mean, it's going to be booming. Pretty much everyone's going to have a real strong team coming forward, and it's going to be a lot more tightly contested. I think the next expansion should have us with 4 more teams, I'm thinking.
And are those applications still out there for people to try, or you guys kind of got some set? How I'm just asking because I'm curious.
Oh yeah, so the application, if you want the application, just head to that link that I posted in the chat. Come DM me. I can send you the link for that, or I could post it in here. That's perfectly fine too. That's not a problem at all. And yeah, it's a real simple process. Just answer a few questions, and when we get to the point where we move towards the expansion, or if you want to take over one of the teams, as look at Bubba Hill.
What a catch in his
Look at Bubba Hill getting into it.
I'm not trying to cut you off there, but when you see a nice play like that.
Hey, that wasn't you cutting me off. That was Bubba Hill cutting me off. He says he wants to make some plays. I'm not mad at him. But yeah, so if you want to take over one of the teams currently in the league as well, we do have some openings coming forward, including my team, who I'm currently running. I think Caboose wants me off of a team, along with him off a team, so we can kind of handle the offside duties and stuff. So just let us know. And I'm getting a touchdown. There goes Tom Krieg.
And that's great to see, because a lot of the USFA, and I'm not taking anything away from what they do over there, but, he stepped up in the pocket when it started to collapse, got it to his open guy. That was fun to see, because sometimes in college, you're going to see a lot of runners. You're going to see a lot of people who are just going to step up in the pocket and go. So,
and Tacoma's running away with this
different. It's still a long game. I would love to say the same to you, but I've played Madden. But your settings more than I do.
Comebacks are definitely doable, but it's not too often where a team holds a team to this early. Normally, it doesn't come all the way through to fruition. I think the biggest comeback we've seen was around like 14 points.
Up in here too. A lot of these guys, like Slater, he's in Arkansas. Canes, obviously, him. Mears, he's everywhere. The C. Weber is again everywhere. Concept, I just need a GM run it for me.
The only thing I learned off of the stream up for this half is that I need you in the booth more often. If we're going to have 15 plus people up in here, that's what we need. But it's fun. Yeah. It's fun. I like seeing the chatter. It definitely helps with the algorithm and all the good stuff. But I just love seeing people be great.
I don't know who Mike is, so thank you. Seems like you're already on the eruption here, as you're excited to see your team run it. Do you know who Mike is, if you don't mind?
Not familiar. It sounds familiar, but I'm not familiar.
Hopefully he goes and throws it out there. But C. Weber, he owns a team in the ECFL, owns a team CSBA, GSB. I mean, this guy's everywhere. So it seems like he's like, yeah, I'll own a team. But great completion there. The Kane's over here saying sus. The Canes, I mean, what's the, I guess, and I apologize because I'm looking at the channel. Now, you guys, website, we know it's not up. Do you guys have an ETA? Because a lot of people like that publicity, out there. Are you guys thinking off season, next season? That was almost ugly.
Well, we don't have a timeline for that quite yet. We're still in the beginning stages on that part. We've been kind of stuck with the Google Sheets pretty much since the beginning. But as of right now, it's not the greatest, but it's effective for what we could do with it. But we're still planning on getting that right. Look at the pass there. Nice one.
That was a great pass. He's throwing it in tight windows here. And let's be honest, they still got timeouts. 2 timeouts. They kick a field goal here. I believe they get the ball at half. I mean,
they do.
They're still in.
They do.
So, that's fun. Both these teams, I don't know if anybody heard earlier, they're pretty much a half a game behind. Anchorage is a half a game behind the Eruption. Am I correct? Is that what I saw?
Well, technically it's a game, but Anchorage has the one advantage. Yeah, that was overthrow right there. Anchorage won the first time these two teams played, I believe, by like 7 points.
And Anchorage is in Alaska.
Yes, it is. What's up, Fozzie? How you doing, brother?
Hey, Fozzie Wazzie, new phone, who this? What's up?
I'm calling you. You better pick up, too. Looking to pass it again and caught by JCB. Getting that close to the 45, rolling over a defender, and there's going to be another timeout called.
Now these kickers, right? Bot kickers. You don't draft a kicker. What is their starting overall as of next season that you're thinking?
Somewhere around like 85.
Oh, okay. So it's not even that bad, really.
But that's the highest.
Okay. Just be over here telling me I'm in history class, geography class.
Screen pass to JCB. That's if I was blockers, though. That's going to hurt them. They're going to call it their last timeout.
Yeah, let's play these last 12 seconds here and forget about knowledge of where Alaska is. But I'm pretty sure it's next to Texas.
Yeah, there's 3 levels, though. Pretty much a gold, silver, bronze here. Okay. I believe the silver should be around like 82, and then the bronze would be around like 79, 80-ish. I haven't done the workings yet for next season, but that's what I'm thinking. Look for a pass right side. It's going to be caught, but he's going to get tackled in bounds. They're not going to call the timeout because they can't do it. Nah, it's too late. They always take their time with those animations. They don't do, they don't do no huddle off the lameness. But we're going to go to the third quarter and they'll try again. If they see if they could get their offense rolling like they did in that last drive. Going to be returned from the 1 yard line. Taking this around the 22-yard line.
Viewers we got in here right now. I don't even know. Hold on.
Yeah, it half over already. I can't be playing these games all night. I got stuff to do, man.
4 more seasons and I'll be backing up some quarterback making bank.
If you're a backup quarterback and you're a user, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Trade bait, Now, how do trades go down? Is there trades in this league? As we see a great run by Anchorage there.
Yes, there are trades. The trade deadline actually just passed last week. So,
okay.
And all the contracts and all the players are locked in.
And I was just going to ask, so trades get done by week 7 or 8?
Is it week 8? I'm pretty sure it's week 7, though. I'm pretty sure it's
okay. And then contracts. Now, you draft people, you have people. Ooh, nice run for the first down with that nasty hit there. How do the contracts made? How does this happen?
Well, it's all dependent on the team owner and the user. I mean, just like in real life, you have a max contract of 3 years if you want to, or you could do 2 with a player option, 2 with a team option. You could do mutual options. You could do what's the word I'm looking for?
Franchise tags.
Yeah, I don't think we do franchise tags. We want to do franchise tags.
Okay.
But even then, a 1-year deal, a 2-year deal, that's definitely doable. We actually have one player that just came into our league that is currently on a 1-year contract. So if he wants to stay there, he can. If he wants to test the market next season, he definitely could do that too.
Makes sense.
Taking off to run is Bobby Markham, and he's going to slide for the first. He hangs on this time around,
man.
and now get him to midfield.
I saw that fumble earlier, and he was about to slide. I'm like, oh no.
Iowa Corn King. I think I know that dude. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Iowa Corn King? Contracts, got it. That's kind of cool. So it's a mutual thing.
I know it's corn.
Now, the contracts, the years, the players, is there some kind of salary cap, year cap, player cap? How does that work out?
It really gets determined. To answer, yes, we do have a salary cap each year. It gets calculated. We have our own formula that really determines, depending on how many active users we have. It really depends. But look at the pass there to JCB.
That little wheel route right there just. They were playing so off coverage there, but go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So, once we find that determination, we post it to our team owners, and then they got to make sure that they don't go over it, or they'll have their cap penalties. We have those as well. That'll mess you up if you go over the cap, and whatever happens on that.
Oh, great defense there by Eruption. Now let's say free agency. It's this season. There's going to be X amount of free agents. Obviously, there's a free agency period. Does that come after the draft? Before the draft?
That is after the draft.
Okay, so it comes, which is kind of like basketball. I think the basketball is the same way. But anyways, the
look at her.
Oh, nice run. You got a ball cap. Oh, these guys are having their own wild ass conversation in here. But free agency now. Obviously, it's a discretion of the player and the team making a mutual decision, correct?
Yes. Nice defense there again by Tacoma. But yeah, all it matters is if you can sign them and they're willing to sign and they don't want to check any other options, make it happen, Captain. It's real simple, man.
Now, draft picks, or is it like first round automatically gets 3 years, second round, you know what I mean? Oh my God, they're going to punt it here. They must not have a good kicker. Well, that's botted punters for you.
Yep, exactly. But yes, actually, you can sign them to pretty much any contract as long as they're at the minimum. Like they can't go lower than $750,000 a year. But outside of that, like as long as it's a good contract and like you're not trying to screw the person over and he actually likes it and accepts it, then it's all free game.
Looks like a cover one here, man, as they're spreading this one out hard.
And incomplete.
No. That's interesting. About the draft picks. And then we can get into that conversation another day.
Actually, I think the minimum. Actually, we take that back. There's a minimum 2 years. So you can't do a 1 year with draft picks.
I was gonna say maybe if it was like a late round one, I get it. But like and I'm just talking about myself. Wow, nice crossing route together first time. I just assume like I'm a first round draft pick. I'm going to be here for 3 years. I'm a second round, third round, I have a decision or something. I'm just thinking like hypothetically, because what if like the first rounder's like, I don't want to be here. It's like hopefully I guess a GM does their homework, right?
Yeah, that opens up a little bit of a can of worms there. But long story short, if they don't sign to a contract, and look at the man getting that one. But if they don't sign to a contract, then they'll, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, we had cases. We had Like, well, they'll meet up with the owner, which is Caboose, and they'll try to find a mutual there. And if not, then he pretty much misses the season.
This guy says, "Can I do homework? I have homework to do."
Taking off the run is Bridges, tossing his left side and caught. There goes Creed, bouncing outside, and it's gonna take it into the end zone. Look at the man rumble.
Now that's the vet you said. He's been there for a long time.
I believe this is his 7th year in the league, if I do remember. But he's going to retire. This is actually going to be his last season.
Wow, so they're going to be looking for a wide receiver for all you wide receivers in that channel or whoever's going to be watching this game tonight. Now, offensive line, how does that work for owners / players?
Oh, it dunked it off the right side. No
wow.
good. But O-line, obviously we don't have user O-line players here. So, and pretty much similar to the kicker / punters, there's tiers, and obviously the better the O-line, the more you have to put on your cap. I believe the most expensive one is $9 million.
Wow.
But you get a lot for it. Really, really good attributes for them. I believe the best ones are in the 90s. So, and the lowest ones are probably somewhere in the 70s, something like that.
The question that I would have also about this is, outside of contracts, outside of, can you demand a trade? Let's say I'm on this horrible team, and I'm not going to name any bad teams in this league because I've seen them, but let's say you're on a bad team.
You don't want any smoke with any of these teams, man. Come on.
I'm just asking questions because there's divas out there, and you know it.
I know.
You know there's those players out there that do, say, I hate this lifestyle. Is there a demand trade, or is that not allowed?
Definitely. I think most owners are pretty cool with majority of players, but say for instance, if there was a diva that like just didn't want to be for that particular team, then they'll reach out. They'll see if they could get some feelers and stuff, just like real life, if they want to go. And then the trade is mutual between the two, and then they make it happen. But at the same time, there's some chess with it too. Like if the player or the team owner knows that having that player on will be good for the team, they may end up seeing if they could get some compensation picks for him too. So
no, that makes sense. Sorry, I was just reading the channel chat, and it's actually got me funny. We got someone telling us New York needs some help. I watched the game last night. I'm sorry about the loss. Tampa needs help. I know what's going on over there because me and you have talked about it. Someone's asking. I was asking if that's actually Rapid Raccoon. And he goes, no. Meanwhile, his name says Rapid Raccoon. As we see a nice run there to get that, back and forth. But Fozzie wants to know what position they need. Is Fozzie in this league?
No. He will be, though.
Okay, he will be. So he's over there asking. It looks like people are trying to get recruited to be drafted here, which is kind of funny.
Beast right there. He's actually Sean Bridges, the quarterback for Tacoma, and he's also John Carter, free safety for Tacoma. So he has both his user players there, and he is the team owner for Tacoma. So,
jeez. So how many players can you actually have in your league?
One on offense, one on defense, and you can essentially have as many filler players as you want. I don't know if you know what the filler system is, but it's essentially a player that has a certain amount of TPE that they could put on their player, but they can't upgrade. They're pretty much owned by the league at that point.
I gotcha. That's kind of cool, though. I mean, but obviously, if you guys grew to a point where you didn't need those players, you would filter them out.
Of course. Yeah, that's exactly what the name says. They're just filling a spot until we get a user.
Yeah. Well, this is all news to me, and I'm sure maybe even people who have been in your league that don't know all of it. And I'm sorry to take over your game here as we see Tacoma just kind of taking over the game as we see the blitz coming from the downside of the screen here.
You're not taking over the game. You're taking over the commentary. I'm just messing with you. No, it's all good. But I love answering questions, and I love the people in the chat doing their thing. But it looks like Anchorage is going to get stopped again right there.
I don't know who Turtz is, but he's telling Tacoma to stop winning. Yeah, they're 4-4. So they still got a stretch here they still got a stretch here, right? There's no gimme in the playoffs because if you even look under Anchorage, Dallas is the same record.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does Dallas and Tacoma play each other anymore this season?
It's funny because Dallas actually won this week too, so they'll be 4-5 as well. So they will more than likely move up to the next one. What was the question? Sorry.
No, you're fine. Has Dallas Dragons played against Tacoma yet this season?
Yes, and I believe Tacoma won, if I can remember.
Okay. And will they play again this season?
Yes, I'm pretty sure. I just did a mod search. It's a mod that I could do for the score bug right there. And I got the NFL on Fox mod on, so that's how you got that nice looking score bug right there.
Yo, we got a Dallas Cowboys fan in here very upset that they're called the Dragons. Well, you know what? That's time for you to just get in this league, put an application in.
Oh, look at the man rumble. He's going to take off again to 40, taking it to the 20, and I think Zane Henderson's going to make a house call touchdown.
That is very interesting. Tacoma literally just took over the game over and over again.
That off one man and just use that blazing speed. Fire apparently takes out ice.
Now, Henderson is the wide receiver number 2, it looks like here, I see.
Number 20, yes. Mm-hmm.
Well, the number 2 wide receiver. I'm sorry. I'm just looking at the chart. I apologize. So kudos to him.
Well, I can't disclose where he is in the depth chart, but that's just the list of players.
I just noticed from like watching him line up, he's been at like the number 2, number 3. So I'm not saying he is. I'm just going off of what I saw. The question I also have now that we're bringing up, I'm looking at a lot of these players. They kind of look basic to me, right? To me, I'm not trying to make fun of these guys. Now, do you get to make your guy look the way that you would like it to look, or do you have to pay into it? How does that work?
Well, the creation suite we do have right now for this season where you could change the face, but pretty much everyone that made the form like in the beginning, they was able to choose their face, right? And there's only a select few. So like there are going to be overlaps. There are going to be people that look the same no matter how much you try to do it, but it is what it is.
I'm talking about gloves, face mask, helmet.
Hey,
Rapper Raccoon had a question for you in the chat. He goes,
"No,
did we flat?" Okay, you want to answer it for him?
Did Charlotte play Tacoma yet? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, and of course, if Charlotte did play, they would have won because they're undefeated. So that's all I know, brother. Go to pass to the right side and caught.
That's not following his team.
Like if they did play, Tacoma lost. That's all I know. But
I guess that makes sense.
But at the same time, Charlotte and Tacoma are in 2 different conferences, so they should only play that team once. But we hit the 4th quarter, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Now, in ECFL, we throw up them 4s. I don't know if everybody here does that, but
they do. They should.
Cool.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Pass it almost picked off.
That's kind of cool, keeping that tradition there as we see a few of them throw that out there. The Anchorage here, you watched a lot, every game almost.
Every game, yes.
And I'm not trying to I'm just saying though, looking at everything you see here, aside from the undefeated teams.
Look at that. Oh my God. Taken down by Michael Brown, taking it for a loss of a lot.
Charlotte obviously continues to be the best. Arizona, I watched the Arizona game. I watched the St. Louis game. Who do you think is outside of Charlotte? Because we got to say undefeated. From Huntington Voyagers, New York Mafia, St. Louis Archers, Arizona. I want a short answer. Out of these 4 teams, who do you think is the better of the bunch outside of Charlotte?
So name the 4 teams one more time. Make sure I got it right.
Rattlers, Archers, Mafia, Voyagers.
I have the Rattlers. they have a comparable offense. If you haven't seen in the team stats, they along with them they score 40 points a game as they should. They have the best running back in the game, as looks like Tacoma's trying to score again. And Zane Henderson says, "I don't care about your defense. Stop talking, Stacks. Let me do the jerk real quick." Touchdown, Tacoma.
Very impressed by what I'm seeing at times here. No, I can understand why you would pick them, because looking at their stats, they probably are the closest. Do you think, as of now, the teams that are in your league, are they going to get rebranded if they get reowned? Are they going to stay the same? I guess you guys have like a motto to your madness.
Well, since we're moving to the new system where subs are going to be coming into play, we have a rule.
Substitution?
No, subs as in subscriptions.
Okay.
We have a system where a team owner has to be with that same team for 3 seasons, and then at that point, they can relocate, they could change the brand, they could change the logo, do whatever they wish. That way, we know that they're here for the long haul. That way, we could kind of trust them. We could see how they do. We have that nice trust factor there. So, and no, this is not the first shutout of the season. Charlotte shut out who they shut out? They shut out Dallas 42-0 earlier this season.
Well, the one thing I learned tonight is that I would love to see more publicity. What do you guys feel like you need? Because everybody needs help. I don't care who you are in this world. You need commentators. You need publishers. You need players. You need revenue. You need everything. So what do you believe? And I've talked to you many times with things that I feel like you guys could use help in, and we all do need help. And I'm not trying to say, but what would be a great thing that you'd like to see, in the next season come out of this?
In the next season, like I said, definitely need help. I would love to see another simmer, if possible. That might be asking for a lot, but another person to run games on Twitch so we could get more Twitch games, all the good stuff. That would be dope to see, because I do a lot of pre-recorded gameplay. I try to do 2 or 3 Twitch games because the weekends are when I'm mostly free in comparison to weekdays. Definitely like to see more help in the modding. I definitely love to see more help in the modding, since me and Caboose are pretty much the only ones doing that part. Whether that's jerseys, fields, anything. Nice catch up the middle. Good job. But and outside of stats help. Thank you, Rapper Raccoon. Yeah, I guess I could use this as a little bit of a jump out there. If you want to help with the stats, please help me out with the stats. And yeah, don't ever mess around with the stats, man. I need some help, man. I'm doing the stats. That's what we know. We got some time to be some people to do the stats. But
nice first down.
Of course, the marketing side of things that can also help. I'd love to see more help in regards to the like getting it out to different platforms, your Twitches, your Twitch, your Instagrams, your Twitters, your Facebook. However, I love to see that helped out as well. More graphics, more articles. I mean, I could also go on, but I like the progress here.
I was just trying. It seems like you just need help on the virtual side. So, I mean, I told you I'm going to try and help you on the commentary side. Hopefully the next game we run is not as bad as this. Sorry, Anchorage fans and friends. But Tacoma, congrats on this solid killing spree in Alaska. But I guess don't let them score. I would love to see a lot of the stats help, because me and you were talking today. Remember, you're like, oh, I'm like a week behind, which isn't horrible. Believe it or not, dude, for you running this with just Caboose, that's really not bad, because I mean, I could go on about other things, but aside from that, that's not as horrible as I've seen things. But I agree with the graphics. We
need to build more hype, man. Like we've got to a point where we have a stable 300 people in the server, which is amazing. And it's only going to get better from here. I don't doubt it. Nice pass there. Anchorage ain't trying to die. they're trying to stave off the shutout. But yeah, those small things matter. I've seen in a whole bunch of other leagues, the ECFL, goals, what's the word I'm looking for? CSBA, all the other leagues, even SFL. If you want to look at the Godfather of some leagues, like they all have a dedicated, strong fan base. And that's something, even though the product is just as comparable as those leagues, nice carried there by the homie Bud Markham, but we have the product that can match all those leagues, I believe, and it'll only get better. We just need the people to get behind us, and we're willing to do any way we can to help to get that to that standard for you guys.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, the streamers seems like it would definitely take a lot off your shoulders. The owners, the players, the marketing. You know, you guys have been pretty much, from what I have talked to you and Caboose about and, you know, heard, like it's been very limited. You're stretched very thin, which makes it very hard to make it perfect. It's like you guys got this foundation. Now it's like, hey, we just need about 4 more of you.
4 more people. That just makes me foam at the mouth real quick. We just have 4 more people to do some shit. But I mean,
You know,
even then,
they did this.
yeah, they're doing.
Sorry, if Anchorage did this all, you know, second half, they would probably be in this. The first half they didn't do that bad. It's just the second half they blew it. But go ahead. What were you gonna say about the 4 people?
Yeah, like I mean, I don't want to come up here complaining because, you know, it's a great thing that me and Caboose started out with the league, and it looks like they're going to get close and get to the 1 yard line. Got the first down, but
we got a lot of Tacoma fans saying, please don't let it happen. But go ahead.
It's probably going to happen. This is Madden we're talking about. They try to shy away from those shutouts as much as they can, but it looked like a touchdown actually, but I think his knee went down. But it's those small things. I think once the hype comes around with this, it's going to be even better. JCB's trying to score, and he's going to get in there. No shutout for Tacoma because it's going to be a touchdown, Anchorage.
They needed that, you know, for that moral going into next week. I mean, I know what that's like, bro. I've been on the 0-5 teams. I'm not saying the team's 0-5, but I know what it's like to lose, and it sucks to lose. So it's like, hey, let's get this touchdown. Let's go to this guy saying we lost. Good going. You know, this is one of those things as an owner, a coach, I don't know if they're watching it, you just take it and you go, hey, we got to learn from our mistakes, and next week we're going to come up with a new game plan.
Most definitely. Shout out to the people there. Just to give you a little breakdown of who's running who. Corn, Iowa Corn King Holdorf, he's doing his thing. He runs New York. Beast runs Tacoma. Turts runs St. Louis. And First Spray runs Arizona, who whooped my team up a little bit. He had to do that to my team.
Well, I watched an Archers game last night, and that was fun to watch, but sorry about that.
All good. I was trying to see if there's anyone else. But Charlotte, they're run by Caboose. I'm running Huntington Beach. Who else is running it? Starchy Chaff runs Anchorage, but he's been a little iffy. But he does have JCB running a GM, so he's doing those stuff for him.
Now,
what's up?
I was going to say, as an owner, how many coaches can you have?
We're setting it up to where you can actually have a team owner, a GM, an offense coordinator, defense coordinator, and a scout.
Okay.
So that will be the layout there for the future. If you want some people to actually join up and help out, it's going to get even better.
So if the player, let's say I don't want to join your league, but I may want to coach, is that acceptable? Meaning I don't want a player on the team, or do they have to be on the team?
If you have a GM player, he has to be on your team. Unless he signed previously to another team where he could pretty much sign wherever. But if he goes to free agency, like say for instance, my tight end, if he wasn't signed with Charlotte right now, he would have to go to my team.
Okay. Just questions I ask because these are questions I'm sure most people have as we see the game pretty much ending here. A lot of run up the middle. This is a game here for Anchorage. I appreciate them showing up to their home field, getting some beers sold. As you see the fans starting to scatter out of here.
No tacos for Anchorage here. They didn't earn any tacos, unfortunately.
How many? What was our max viewers? At one point, I saw 12. Did we get over that at all? I didn't check.
I've seen as high as 18.
56 to Mike.
Oh wow. Okay, so that's not bad, you know, because most of the games I've watched, no offense, I've seen like a high of like 9. So that makes me feel happy that 13, 14, 15. I see people. I want tacos now, but I hope that we can continue to grow from the 7 to 15 to 30 to so forth. So hopefully I can help, you can help, and Iowa Corn King can do something.
Yeah, keep spamming numbers in the chat. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen most of the leagues. I've seen most of their games too, because I like to take a little bit from them, bring it to us, just like I hope they do for our league, take to their league. Most of them have somewhere around like 25 to 40 max users in the game on Twitch from what I've seen. If we could replicate that, we'll be in a great spot.
I think 100 is better.
It's definitely better, but you gotta crawl before you walk. You know what I'm saying? We still got some work to do to make this even better. I'm going to be working on every single thing this off season. Like the game that you see now is going to pale in comparison so much. I'm like, I already know of the game plan that me and Caboose and the gang is going to do. But shout out once again. We talked about 2 of the admins, me and Caboose, but you gotta give credit to First Spray as well. He's been a dog, and we added him to the admin side of things. Like, he's been a godsend. I'm not even gonna lie to you. He's one reason why my head hasn't exploded like 15, 20 times already. So shout out to the homie First Spray as well, and all the team owners and all the players too. But he has a special place in my heart. I'm not even gonna lie. But I think
Pass. We got these people out here just trolling. As this game comes to an end, it was fun to watch. It's clean. I like what you guys have. I expect to be here. When's the next game going to be coming up, and who is it going to be?
We could talk about that in a little bit. We haven't had this the teams that we're going to set up each day yet, but I could tell you about the games. Let me see if I can bring my mouse over. Thank you. Let me see if I can find it real quick for you, because we should have another great set of games again.
About the website, I feel like that'll help the viewers.
Mm-hmm. Loading up that setup now for you. Anchorage with the last ditch effort, trying to get something going, trying to catch that pass to third. I would love to
see something. I would love to see a little banger out there.
Let me see. Week 10. We are 4 weeks left in the season. Pretty crazy. Well, 5 technically. So 10, 12, 11, 12. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I can't math right now. It's all good. I'm going to let y'all do the math for me. Pitching this left side deep, wide open overthrow. Oh. You never want to see that.
That would have been so cool, just because Anchorage is. I like their uniforms. I hate to say it. I do like it. I would like white pants on them, but I do like it.
They do have white pants. They have a. Let me go over these teams real quick for next week. St. Louis will be going to Anchorage, so Anchorage is going to stay home for the next game. Next game will be Arizona at New York. That'll be a fun ride right there.
Be a good one.
Tacoma and Dallas, so Tacoma will be on the road again, just going a little bit more south. Pittsburgh, they're going to be looking for their first win. They'll be playing against Tampa Bay.
Oh, that could be a win for them.
It could be. And the game I'm dreading the most, Huntington Beach at Charlotte. I'm not looking forward to that game.
I mean, I know they're good, but I mean, I guess they probably can be one of those sleeper wins to upset.
It's possible, but if we show up like we did against Arizona, it's not going to be pretty. But there's only 10 seconds left in this ball game. Looks like they're going to stay in a running type set. One more run should close the deal. No offsides there. Lamar, that's not Lamar. That's actually a bot player. Going to get a shed off and taking up the run, and he ran into his own man to close the deal. Final score 37 to 7. Let's go ahead and show out a little bit. Talk about these stats. 425 to 287 on offense. Tacoma led that. Looks like the turnover there was for Anchorage, but didn't help them too much. A little bit further down, looks like Anchorage had the time of possession, but it was mostly because Tacoma was hitting those long plays and got the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Anchorage just didn't. They just. I can't. They didn't play bad. I hate to tell you, they really didn't. Just Eruptions played very well.
Yeah, gotta give credit to that defense too from Tacoma.
Oh, yeah.
They were doing really, really well all the way through. Looking through the stats a little bit, Joseph got some good yardage there. He's one of those veterans. He's retiring as well next season. Going into the Tacoma side, Tom Krieg not led, but he got the most catches.
Also, stick save K. Thanks. I don't know what that means.
Also stack save. Oh yeah, he's talking about for my player. Yeah, because he knows I forget. Because I do so much other stuff, but I appreciate you for reminding me, because honestly I would have forgotten. I would have done it. But looking at the tackles here, you see Molyneux, he's one of the users. He's the leading user tackler with 6, but a lot of bot players getting tackles in this game for him. Good job from them.
Hopefully we can change that soon. So hopefully we can change that for you guys soon.
Yes. Get rid of all those bots, put the users in. That's what I want to see. I want every team to have 25 plus players if possible.
Yeah.
But we're going to get there eventually. Looks like Lacey Woodson had 8 tackles, but she missed a lot. She gave up a couple of touchdowns as well. So she had a little bit of a bad game, but she led in tackles. Can't be mad at it. No interceptions, I believe. I believe it was a fumble that happened, that turnover.
That was it, remember.
That's it there. Kicking wise, they are the bot kickers, and looks like they only missed 1 extra point, so they did pretty good. Bruce Stenger with the miss, and looks like no touchbacks at all. Punting wise, nothing too crazy here. The average needs to go up, but that'll go up next season. The punters are kind of iffy on this game. I have them maxed out on the punting side, so I don't know why that's matters.
Just wants to see his stats, he said.
Oh, he always wanted to do that every time I do it. It's all good though. I got you.
Yusuf, just so you know, Yusuf is on Anchorage Rapid. I saw him.
Was that
number 89 wide receiver?
Yeah.
Raccoon was asking.
Yeah, Joseph, he got traded to Anchorage. So you, my friend Kai Coco, could get the start at wide receiver number 1. Trying to do it. And yes, 4 touchdowns on the day for Bridges. That'll definitely help his stat sheet going forward. He's been slacking a little bit on the touchdowns, but this is definitely one of his better games for sure. And that's really about it. That's really about it. I'll go ahead and get the screenshots rolling. I appreciate everyone for stopping by. Thank you.
Appreciate you having me.
Thank you for stopping by, Jojo, man.
All right, bro. I'll talk to you soon, guys.
Later, man. I'll go ahead and wrap it up here. I'll get the what's the word I'm looking for? I can't remember. The highlights. I'm gonna start working on that a little later as well. Get that up for tomorrow. But until then, I will see you later. Stay safe. And let's get this money.